You're never going to make the top without a team, so it's not just the one individual that's winning that gold medal or pulling on that rainbow jersey or standing on top of the podium. It's, you know, you're only as strong as the team around you.
Our next team is going, the team of Rwanda. They get started. Massive reception for Rwanda. Patrick Bayakasenga, Eric Enkudabera and Mika Uweduai. They're underway now. And the drummers are still going and have been going since Sunday.
They have been.
It's pretty amazing the way they've been going all this time. We were talking a moment about the Benin team as we see Rwanda getting going, and I was lucky enough this morning also to meet a very well-known artist from Benin as we just see them getting their one rider dropped. It was lovely to meet him. Romuald Hazume, who's one of the most famous artists to come out of that country, and he is well known for La Boche de Roi, which is a reworking of the slave ship Brooks. He's well known for that particular art, and he uses recycled materials to make all his art, and he's exhibited all over the world. I won't tell you, but he was just an interesting person to meet, and he's there and he's mad about cycling. He's one of the best known artists in not just in Africa. He exhibits in New York and UK and places like that, but he loves cycling.
It is quite I think when you come to events like this where you think it's just going to be cycling related people, and then somebody famous from somewhere else just pops up because they have a passion for cycling. I mean, you don't know, they might be an actor or something like that, but they ride their bike every day and they thought they'd love to go and watch the World Championships in Rwanda. So yeah, it is interesting, the people that you meet at the World Championships.
Yeah, there's a lot of people around, definitely, who've come to Rwanda. They want the experience. We are waiting for our first riders to reach intermediate time splits. We haven't quite got there yet. Rwanda are very well drilled as a squad.
Yeah, they do look good. They have looked good right from the start. They've looked particularly good. So I think they're lining up here for UCI points, which is so important to their nation to have. And some teams are lining up here hoping for a medal or a gold medal. Rwanda's main ambition is just to get the best position possible for the most amount of UCI points, which will give them a qualification for more riders at the next World Championships, for example. So for Rwanda, it's about putting in their best performance, the experience, doing their nation proud on home soil, and also those vital UCI points that are up for grabs.
Yeah, I know a lot of people wonder sometimes when we get to the road races at the weekend why the Netherlands have 8 riders, so to speak, and then Rwanda have 1 or 2. And you've just kind of outlined why.
Yeah, it's an interesting point that the Netherlands, who have won twice this discipline, the team time trial, are not competing today.
Yeah, true.
You know, if they did, they'd definitely be a medal chance or a gold medal winning chance, but they're definitely focusing on their road races and individual events and not participating in this event, and obviously not that interested in the UCI points they could gain from getting a medal here. So for Rwanda, they're looking, I think, one of the most well-drilled teams we've seen so far off the start round.
Yeah, they look very, very good indeed. This is our final team in this block. This is the team of China: Li Yu, Lu Jiankun and Su Haiyu. This team is about to get going. It'll be interesting to see how they do. Chinese cycling growing all the time. One of the team here, a member of the Astana squad, as he gets going, and now getting more and more involved in world cycling as well, because they've got, of course, this massive sponsorship of the Astana team riding on those X-Lab bikes, and actually the Astana team is part owned now by China, and you've been there quite a lot. Yeah,
it's a very interesting move, but I do think that we will see a lot more riders from China in the peloton in the future, and that they have exceptional talent there. They have exceptional funding for cycling, and it's like this world of a tiny little program going on that nobody really knows about, but they've got these athletes that are capable of so much that we haven't seen yet, and they're developing them. So it's I think yeah, we will see the peloton have a lot more Chinese riders and really competitive as well, because they're already at a level that I think would really surprise people.
Benin have just gone through the first split. 16 minutes 42.44 for the split. The crowd today is bigger.
Yeah, I mean, the people have been out since, I think, 9 o'clock this morning. They've just been banging on the barricades, cheering all the riders on the route on the course. And, I mean, the locals, they're so they're passionate about this event and cycling.
When you're, if you put the television on here, it's on all the time.
Yeah, it's just amazing how cycling, I guess it's just one of the, I wouldn't say that they're mainstream sports, but it is.
It's becoming that way.
It's becoming that way, yeah.
Here's our next squad we've been looking at, the Rwandan team. I'm glad they're back in these jerseys, because when we were out on the course earlier on today, the Rwandan team was wearing a completely different jersey. And I thought, OK, we're now going to have to spot a different jersey in the peloton over the road races. But thankfully, they've gone back to their normal kit, because the other jersey was lovely, but would have been harder to spot. Oh, Uganda have flown up this climb. They've gone through the fastest time, 14 minutes 14.01 for Uganda. The average speed there was pretty high.
Yeah, 37.5 kilometres per hour for the lap of the men from Uganda. So, well, not for the lap, sorry, the first split there at 8.9 kilometres. They do look real good, don't they?
But that's a real drag, isn't it, up to there? So yeah. 37k an hour is rapid, because they're now going to start to fly downhill, and they'll really pick up the tempo all the way back to Kigali now. So they're looking good, nice and relaxed. 46k an hour for this squad. This Rwanda team, you can see the way they're riding. It's quite an unusual formation. That middle rider is always sitting to the right-hand side, and the other rider is sitting to the left-hand side at the back. Yeah,
I think when we get to the last wave of riders and the more experienced riders, we won't see that. We'll see them in a dead straight line. But
I'm not so sure that I want to be on the back of one. As the team go down the other side of the road, just going past us on the right-hand side as we were looking. The Rwandan team still working well. The time to beat is obviously that team of Uganda, 14 minutes and 14. So many of the kids are out as well today to cheer everybody on. They don't stand by the barriers, do they? Because they're not, I don't think they're allowed to stand by the barriers. So they cheer on from sort of a distance, as we just see Rwanda about to lose a rider.
Yeah, that's not good for Rwanda, because they were the most well-drilled team when they went off the start line, but now they're down to 2, and you can see the second rider struggling as well, just with balance and coordination, which comes down to fatigue, that they may have just all gone out a little bit too hard, but they have to be careful now. It's going to be a real hard second part of the race, where they haven't even gone through the first time check yet. But
yeah. They could have done with keeping their riders together for this descent. Even here, though, the Benin team is struggling a little bit on this descent to keep 2 riders together, which is what you have to do. They're not as you mentioned, you'll see the later teams right in on the wheel. No gaps between them. They'll do everything they can to stay as close as possible. Here's the arrival of our next team at the intermediate. This is Ethiopia. They're going well, actually. Team of Uganda was 14-14. And Ethiopia go into the leads.
Very interesting. So they may not look very well drilled in terms of aerodynamic position and equipment and things like that, but they've got the power. They've got the brute power, should I say, and they are absolutely flying. So they've gone through with the fastest time in front of Uganda and Benin, and their average speed at the first time check at 8.9 kilometres was 38.2 kilometres per hour.
That's pretty rapid, isn't it?
Significantly faster than Uganda.
The Benin team, the women, are getting ready. Their last warm-ups. They've got to be on the stage ready for the end of this time trial. of their rest of their team. Those last moments of just getting the effort out. What sort of warm-up will these teams be doing here? How long?
Well, it's interesting with the warm-up here at this particular World Championships because you're at altitude and you do have that heat. It's not extremely hot, but it's a different type of heat. And as we've both experienced, Anthony, it's also quite a dusty air, so it's very hard to breathe. So with the warm-up, you want to be careful that you don't overdo it. So it's not every event is different, but it's not just a normal, Tour de France, Giro d'Italia or a classics race warm-up. It's really got to be specific to your body and what you're capable of and your adaptation to this environment.
It's funny, when you talk to the riders, and it doesn't matter whether they're male or female, all of them have said that it's not the legs, it's the lungs that are hurting.
Yes, that's right. They're at altitude. They've got a little bit of that, dusty air, and it's just burning. I've felt it myself this morning, actually, out on the course. It's, it is very difficult to get the air in. So I think the altitude and air has been very underestimated by the riders, and a lot of riders are really struggling.
The Chinese team, we go back here to, you're lucky enough to...
We didn't get a very good look of what, she may have gear issues.
I don't know what the problem is, whether it's a puncture or something else.
She may be stuck in the large chain ring. Yeah, a bit difficult to see maybe with the electronic gears, but I think given she's just been passed by another team, it's going to be an impossible task to get back to the...
Of how these teams are waiting, trying to bring their rider to the top, but once they get over the height, that they actually learn how to count down from time. 1 hour and 2 minutes.
The professionalism of a team time trial and how it really works, and what these riders that we're watching on screen right now from Rwanda, they're trying to achieve, and this is an experience to do that. It takes an absolute special art, and it's just not just 1 year of hard work, it's years and years of experience to be able to ride a team time trial or a team pursuit very well. So it's a fine art to be able to sit right on the wheel and to be so aware of what your teammates are capable of behind you just by body language and hearing the breathing and just signals and stuff like that. So we're going to see a huge difference in what this event's all about when we get from these emerging nations that are here for experience and to gain some UCI points. And we have our first real professional team out on the circuit now.
Benin are almost there. Ethiopia's time, 1 hour and 2 minutes. Benin come through 9 minutes down, 9:52 down.
So we have 3 teams already at the finish out of 15, means 12 teams left.
It's team time trial mixed relay.
Here's Rwanda. They're working well together now, these two, keeping each other going. Shoulder to shoulder to the top of the hill. Now they just need to bring the rest of this home. Going well, these two. Little acceleration over the top, just trying to keep the power on. 1,000 meters to go. Little downhill section to just get the legs turning over again before that final sprint to the top. They've looked good throughout this course, this team of Rwanda. And here's the World Cycling Centre coming up to the line. And they are down on the team of China by about a minute. 1 minute and 2 seconds down on China, the World Cycling Centre.
Well, we've spoken a lot about China, but yeah, they're not having the best ride with their women. But from that first wave of riders, obviously the UCI World Cycling Centre first off in the second wave. Good ride, solid ride out there at the moment.
At the finish line then, it's all about the Ethiopian team who are the fastest. Behind them, Uganda, then Benin. Rwanda are expected to finish soon. We're waiting to find out what the Chinese team will post for everybody else to chase. World Cycling Centre into the Aero Tux now, fast downhill. If they can keep their team together, that will help them on that section as they run up towards the line. Our next team is about to go. We were talking about them a moment ago. This is the team of Belgium with Victor Kampenaerts on the far left, a world hour record holder in his career. Florian Vermeers, who is a rider here on the right-hand side, who rides in the same team as Tadej. As Rochelle outlined, their women's team is going to be a little bit changed. Rwanda finished with the second fastest time. I'm wondering what the winning time is going to be. We're at 1 minute and 3 now.
Yeah, Rwanda finished 46 seconds in total. It's not a lot, I guess over 40 kilometres down on Ethiopia, who now sits in the hot seat as the fastest team that have finished the circuit, both men and women. I think we're going to see significantly faster. So the average speed of the fastest team so far to finish both their men and women in this mixed team relay is
cover, get the water poured on them, bring the temperature down. But sometimes, actually, I've noticed a number of riders saying